In an announcement that is sure not to be controversial at all, ElevenLabs has announced its iconic voices. Yes, now you can narrate your blog posts or writing with the voice of Judy, Garland, Burt, Reynolds, and others. Welcome back to the AI Daily Brief Headlines Edition. One big question which neither AI companies nor society has exactly resolved yet is what feels correct when it comes to bringing back people who have passed on in the form of AI avatars of their entire presence or just their voice. Well, we have a little bit more context to have that conversation now as ElevenLabs has announced their new iconic voices. This is a follow-up to the Reader app that they launched on iOS last week, and today posted on Twitter. Listen to your favorite books and articles voiced by Judy Garland, James Dean, Burt Reynolds, and Sir Laurence Olivier on our Reader app. Now, ElevenLabs made sure to be clear that they have partnered with the estates of all of these people, of course. This is not just them begging for forgiveness rather than permission. Said Liza Minnelli, Judy Garland's daughter, "It's exciting to see our mother's voice available to the countless millions of people who love her. Through the spectacular new technology offered by ElevenLabs, our family believes that this will bring new fans to Mama and be exciting to those who already cherish the unparalleled legacy that Mama gave and continues to give to the world." Said Dustin Blank, the head of partnerships at ElevenLabs, "Judy Garland, James Dean, Burt Reynolds, and Sir Laurence Olivier are some of the most celebrated actors in history. We deeply respect their legacy and are honored to have their voices as part of our platform. Adding them to our growing list of narrators marks a major step forward in our mission of making content accessible in any language and voice." Now, this announcement came in just before I started recording, and so there hasn't been all that much chatter yet. Morgan tweets appropriately licensed necromancy, and mostly the comments are sort of banal. AdaPie says interesting, presumably licensed from the dead actor's estate. I think that this question is one that people are going to have very strong feelings about. The people who are going to be against bringing back the dead in audio or video form are going to be extraordinarily against it. However, I think ultimately that with this capacity existing, it is almost entirely inevitable that it will come to market. From a cynical perspective, it represents an entirely new category of revenue for the estates of famous people. I find it very hard to believe that that won't be monetized in the same way that every opportunity is monetized. Less cynically, I don't think, for example, Liza Minnelli is wrong to note that this will be incredibly beloved by many of Judy Garland's fans. And I think there will be many who argue that you don't have to participate in it if you don't like it, but that also doesn't mean that you have to deny fans who do like it the chance to participate in their way. Where it might get even thornier is the decisions that people make about their own friends and family. Will it become normal to let people interact in some way with a digital ghost of people from their past? It is certainly going to be a capacity that we have, and so I anticipate a fierce debate about whether it's actually good for us or not. Next up, another product launch announcement. SUNO, the music generation AI, is now available as an iOS app. The company tweets, "Make any song you can imagine, anytime and anywhere, and share with your friends all from your phone." Right now, the app is only available in the US, and it's only available on iOS, but they say that Android and worldwide is coming soon. SUNO is, of course, itself very controversial, with the people who hate it really hating it, and a big lawsuit being announced last week. But at the same time, the people who love it really love it. Riley Brown, for example, a great AI content creator, writes, "Okay, this is lit AF." Moving over into the world of finance, some interesting comments from Ken Griffin. The Citadel founder has walked back some AI hype, saying that he's not sure that LLMs will actually be able to replace employees in the next few years. He said, "For a number of reasons, I am not convinced that these models will achieve that type of breakthrough in the near future." As evidence for his argument, he cited self-driving cars, which, as Fortune writes, quote, "struggle when confronted with so-called edge cases that fall beyond the boundaries of statistically common traffic occurrences." Staying in finance but moving to another area, Robinhood has announced that it has acquired Pluto Capital. The Wall Street Journal writes, "According to the deal announcement, Pluto Capital offers investment research powered by AI and, quote, delivers highly customized investment strategies based on customer needs and financial goals. Importantly, Pluto doesn't do the same work of robo-advisors. In other words, it doesn't actually manage assets or make trades for users. Instead, it's just focused on research." But that hasn't stopped speculation that this is maybe a first step for Robinhood to get into that sort of investment advisor game. AI in finance is a fascinating and large topic, and one that we will definitely be getting more into here in the months to come. Speaking of finance and AI, big money for a startup at the intersection of AI and decentralization. Sandia Labs has raised $85 million led by Peter Thiel's Founders Fund and joined by other Web3 investors including Pantera and Framework. Bloomberg writes, Singapore-based Sandia Labs, a months-old AI startup co-founded by an executive behind the Polygon blockchain, is building an open-source platform through which developers can get paid for their contributions to emergent AI tools, such as chatbots and enterprise software. The fundraising comes ahead of the Sentient platform's planned testnet launch scheduled for the third quarter. Said Sandeep Nailwal, co-founder of Sentient Labs, There's a lot of anxiety around centralized forces running away with AI. Sentient aims to compete with those centralized behemoths, adding that crypto can, quote, completely disrupt the way AI will play out. Now, so far, this AI-crypto overlap has been mostly a discussion point for crypto companies rather than a real force in the AI space, but seeing bigger deal sizes could signal that that might be changing in the future. For now, though, that will remain something that we have to watch. That's going to do it for the AI Daily Brief Headlines edition. Up next, the main episode.